Hi, we're back again, head of the game, and we're covering all this week's main sport once again, and we'll go over some of the stuff that happened last week. So let's kick it off with the golf, as we've entered the final week of the European Tour with the DP World Championship Dubai in Dubai. So that's obviously the road to Dubai, and the top 60 have qualified. Our picks are going quite well, actually, and Frederick Anderson Head is the highlight here. We got at 80s, and he's going sadly bogeyed the last hole. After an eagle just before that on a par 4. But he's a few off the lead, but at 80 to 1 he could be getting a placing, or even more if he can catch up with the likes of McIlroy and Donald, which is a tough ask. But he's going well, as is Garcia, Hansen and Keimer. They're 7 under, 7 under and 8 under respectively, with leaders only 11 under, and 2 rounds to go, anything can happen. Garcia set a course record today, and that included a treble bogey and 2 more bogeys, so he could do anything, the flamboyant Spaniard, especially with Seve on the mind, no doubt. So looking forward to them. And last week we didn't get a winner, but we got a placing again with Stephen Gallagher, who came in actually at 66s. So that was a nice placing when he came 4th. And just Tommy Fleetwood missed out by a shot, and he was 70s. Sadly, he missed out over there, but there's always next time. And look forward to a bit of a break on the golfing front. Always miss it, but have to do some research going forward to the 2013 season. And let's move on to football, where last week was quite tough, but we managed small profits overall, thanks mainly to our Liverpool tips, which returned 15 points off just 4.5. So if you put on your 45 quid like we did, luckily got 150 back with every bet coming in, thanks to the likes of Suarez scoring, draw half-time, Liverpool full-time, and -1 on the handicap. I think the final one was. Other highlights were convincing win. It was a convincing win for City and both teams to score in numerous games, like Newcastle, Swansea. So that was all good. And this week we are literally ahead of the game. We've got every bet up online. Excuse the pun. Already. And don't worry, full previews will be coming up over the next, till kick up till by 1 tomorrow. Every full preview will be up, but we want to get the bets all on there for you, so you wouldn't miss anything. You'd get all your ackies on. Last week also was the Champions League. We had some small bets going on there because it's really tough to call this year, but the lovely accumulator coming at 4.15, which was it Anderlecht, Ajax and City, those games both teams to score, which was nice. And then City game was had Real to score first and there to be a red, which was good odds for those. So that was nice profit midweek for us. And this weekend some cracking games. As I say, tomorrow we've got Everton, United, Wigan and Arsenal, all we think are going to win. And loads of more specific bets, but they're obviously the big ones. And Sunday's the big one, Chelsea, Man City. Expect goals like there have been in all the big games, and a bit of controversy. We've gone for a penalty awarded in that game as a nice little rogue side bet for you. And we had a lot of goal scorer success. So Sunday we've gone for Defoe, Bar and Suarez to score, and Coral offering really nice bet slips on people just to score any time. So have a look at those if you're with Coral. On to rugby. And Wales were embarrassed, it's fair to say, this time last week. Samoa beat them in Wales, and it was a result not many picked, including us. But we did have good ones coming in, with France convincingly winning, with Ireland, Ireland A, in fact, smashing a really weak Fiji side, quite upsetting. They didn't get any points on the board. New Zealand as well, won convincingly in the end after Italy took an early lead. And, as we said, a low-scoring South Africa bored out another victory against the Scots. So that was all nice, as were a couple of our LV results. But LV's done. On to the Premiership with 2 games tonight. 2 tough ones to call. 2 very even games. It shouldn't be. You'd read Worcester Saracens on paper, you'd think, ex-champion Saracens should have this, but a lot missing. Ben Ransom's on his debut at fullback for our good old head of the game favourite and friend of ours, Alex Good, playing for England. So expect a tight game, low scoring as the last 2 years. The previews online, you can have a look at the stats there, but we've still got the Saris just to tip that. The likes of Joel Tompkins and Wigglesworth and Ern Joubert, there's some experience there, along with some youth should get them through, and Strettle, of course. Is always a highlight, but expect a close game. Richard Hill's got his Worcester side playing some nice rugby this year. And Quins just to beat Bath again, missing a few key players. Bath haven't actually lost too many, so they could put up a good fight, but Nick Evans, when he's at 10, it's quite hard to bet against him, so we're just tipping them ahead. And we'll move on to the international side of things, where England are looking to bounce back from a terrible display against Australia. They really weren't in the game. A few dodgy decisions. I know you can't blame on Robshaw, but some changes have been made. Good to see Joe Launchbury given a chance. Thank goodness Ben Morgan's there after a hat-trick for Gloucester last weekend. So expect, if they can match up the physicality, I think they'll beat South Africa, which I think many aren't really anticipating, but I can see that happening. France have got Samoa, which will be a really high-scoring game. They're looking to avoid another Samoan upset, and I'm looking forward to see how they get on, because they're looking like they're going to run away with the Six Nations at the moment. Ireland, Argentina will be the closest game of the weekend, I reckon. I think actually the away side, if they're not too fatigued, could sneak a win there to put some real pressure on the Irish. And Wales have got New Zealand. Bad news for the Welsh fans, I'm sorry, I don't think you're going to pick up your first win. I think you're going to struggle, and I think you're going to lose to New Zealand, despite Carter missing the likes of Cruden and Barrett. They've got more than enough strength and depth to hold off the Welshies there. And finally, Scotland should get their first home victory of the autumn internationals against Tonga. I look for Tim Visser to be a bit of a spark, as he has been all year, the Flying Dutchman. Finally, we'll move on to cricket, and we've just got a bit on the England test matches. They're looking to rebound after the first test, where they got smashed. They had no idea how to play spin, and let's hope they've learned from it. Pragan Ojar and Ravindra Ashwan obviously tore them apart. But fingers crossed they've learned their lessons and they can bat well, because Monty Panasaras has shown this morning that, wow, it's turning and it's hard to play spin. He took 4 wickets, including bowling Sachin's off stump, which is no mean feat. And so we had them really struggling. We got Dhoni out, this 114 for 6 or something. But Pujara again, 114 not out. Helped our bet with saying there'll be a century in the day, but he's proving tough to remove. And England needs someone like that, someone like a Bell, just to sit there, build an innings and hang around, let other people play around him. So look for that tomorrow. And if they can get a few early wickets, maybe England get on top there and level up the series, hopefully. But that's about it from us. So I hope you enjoyed the rugby tonight, as I said, with those games and all of the football and cricket and golf and everything that's coming your way. It's a cracking weekend. So keep following us on Twitter at Aotg13. Give us a little Friday follow, #FF, if you feel generous. And keep looking at the website for all the latest previews and profit margins. Thanks, bye now.